Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Gather round the sacred circle. It's time to power up skill, trust, and progress. Open and receive the wisdom, guidance, and acceleration given from the Power Up plants of Lavender and Elecampane. Skill, trust, progress. We command with love. May we feel this power within us. See yourself surrounded by your herbal allies of Lavender and Elecampane. What a beautiful circle they create with you in it, holding you in a way that you can trust that your progress to your skill set is indeed in transit, in alignment. You are exactly where you need to be, waking up to exactly the things that you are now knowing. So skill is all about you, within you. Skill is all about understanding what you're capable of and exhibiting a higher wisdom within yourself. You can have this expressed through you, this higher nature. You can have it expressed through your work, through the words you say, through the thoughts you think, through the actions you take. So what helps our skills develop? Friction, resistance, challenges. Our skills develop when there is a little bit of work to be done. You can go through the motions of a squat and get benefits in your legs, but when you add 50 pounds to your shoulders, that squat becomes more intense and you acquire more skills faster, more muscles faster. So there are hidden gifts within friction, within things being harder. And if you can see the grace in that, the gift in that, you can flow through them easier, accepting and trusting that what you're going through is right for you, and on top of being right, beneficial. So you are not what you do so much as how you are feeling and being in that moment. So let everything be a mirror for you. Let things show you your evolution. Let your work become a higher skill and fine-tune yourself, your physical self, your mental self, your energetic self, your spiritual self, however many selves you want to have. Fine-tune yourself to bring in these skills that you are ready to perfect. And true understanding within is your greatest skill. I am Lavender, and I am here to talk to you about trust. But we're going to take a reverse look at trust and start with distrust. Yes, you are where you need to be, but you still have your discernment and your intuition and your ability to use the skill of looking out for yourself. If your gut instinct is feeling off about something or someone, you have to trust yourself that you distrust this situation. Don't make any assumptions and instead do your research. Be the observer of how you're feeling and thinking, and wait until you know for sure. So always trust yourself first and foremost, and keep your eyes open. It might smell like lavender and it might be pretty, but if there's a poisonous snake hiding in there, you'll need to trust your inner and higher guidance. So I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And there's a lot we can say about trust. Trust really means never giving up. Trust really means overcoming self-doubt, putting one foot in front of the other, expecting there to be a step after the next one and the next one and the next one. Trust is a mixture of confidence, hope, resilience, fortitude, wishful thinking, honesty, and just plain carrying on. You never can trust anything or anyone completely in the way most people think about trust. But you can still learn from trust. It sometimes is a shaky thing that needs rebuilding, but our human instinct or just human personality is to keep on going. Even after trust gets broken, we know that it can also be mended, and sometimes it becomes stronger at the broken places. Trust must be earned if it is to have roots or any kind of staying power. So for trust to last in your life and be able to weather all the storms that blow in to give you friction and and resistance and experiences that build strength, trust must be well nourished. Trust does not always guarantee wholeness, but without trust, one can never be quite sure. So you've got to trust yourself. Trust enough to have the confidence to be true to yourself and to act. Sometimes we don't know the outcome, but we just have to trust that our energy is in alignment, we're being guided, we feel pretty good about it, and so we go forward listening to our hearts. If you have trust issues, you may have a challenge listening to your heart, and then you start overthinking too much. When belief in ourselves means being deaf to others, self-trust has become defensiveness. So trust can lean into distrust very easy and become negative and toxic in our life. That will indicate to us that our trust needs to be mended, perhaps only within yourself, by asking the question, do I trust me? Do I trust myself with me? Am I nice to me? Do I support me? Do I add to my confidence? And if any of those questions are lacking, then you must learn to trust yourself first. And to learn how to trust yourself, you must learn how to love yourself. Because in love, there must be trust. Without trust, there is no love. In relationships, we see this playing out in jealousy. Without trust, we lose our innocence. Without trust, we become imbalanced. So as we awaken new aspects of ourselves, as we awaken the divine feminine rising within ourselves, we learn how to trust more. We trust in the ways of divine power, our higher selves, the great spirit, the creator, the God, goddess, all that is. And we learn and trust and progress knowing that we are made of this divine power. And we begin to live with trust in our hearts. We say, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. My inner voice will always guide me correctly on this earth plane, which is full of challenges and storms that increase our skill set, but nonetheless, we still have to follow our guidance system, or else it becomes a very rough ride. So we get into the habit of trusting our intuition. And then we will know if someone is a trustworthy person or a situation is one that we can trust. So begin to listen to your inner voice. Exercise that muscle. Do some intuitive squats. Add some weight. Get really comfortable using your intuition. And when you do, decisions become easier, knowing becomes clearer, you become more confident. So trust your higher self. It only wants the best for you because it is you. It is you. So trust that. I am Elecampane, and as you go up and go higher and higher, you progress as you go. It is time for you to take responsibility. It is time for you to enter a period of hard work, that which you will need dedication and commitment, and you will need confidence and trust and skills to get you through. Go ahead, going forward with knowing what you know and do what you know how to do, but yet stay open to learning new things to power up your progress. Make sure you complete any tasks and assignments you are involved in. It is really essential to part of our progress to finish our projects, to keep on progressing in the areas where the skill sets that we wanted to birth, to evolve. So it's one of those things that I personally like to teach what I want to learn, and then I notice the progress in my life. And yeah, you have to trust. You have to trust that your dreams are going to be sheltered and nourished and guided. And really, you don't need to push any harder. Things will happen as they're supposed to happen. But progress usually does mean movement, usually forward or up and higher, expansion of your consciousness, the progression of you becoming you. But sometimes you do have to take a few steps back to go a step forward. You got to kind of maybe go back to go forward again, perhaps round and round. You just never know what's going to be put on your path and how your path might twist and turn. But progress is inevitable. So it's going to happen. It is happening. Look how much it already has happened. So maybe you need to take a minute to notice your own personal progress and then get back in alignment, because time certainly keeps on marching on. Progress. Whew. So movement and memory, time and space, everything elastic and yet never quite returning to its particular shape. This is the nature of progress. So it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. So you might as well just take a second and ask yourself, how do I get along with this movement? Or maybe lack of movement, maybe it's stuckness. How do I get along with this evolution or being patient in this resting place? How can I be in this world of time and space when in fact I am a multidimensional being of light and love? And those are good questions. So keep asking as we power up skill, trust, and progress. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our ooey gooey herb of the week, aloe vera, and I dedicate that slime to your beautiful face. It is easy for me to trust as I open my heart. I heal my trauma and release discomfort. I invite peace. I balance my fire with stillness and harmony. I am exactly where I am meant to be. I can and I will. It is easy for me to trust as I open my heart. I heal my trauma and release discomfort. I invite peace. I balance my fire with stillness and harmony. I am exactly where I am meant to be. I can and I will. And so it is. Thank you for gathering with me today around this sacred circle to power up skill, trust, and progress. We are open to receive the wisdom, guidance, and acceleration given from our Power Up friends of Lavender and Elecampane. Skill, trust, progress, we command with love. May we feel this power within us. So be it.